How's it going, everyone? We've got some Stellar Blade updates to take you guys through. There's been some confusion on what exactly the NieR Automata DLC crossover is, and whether or not it's actually DLC. Is this an update with some costumes? Thankfully, the Stellar Blade Twitter account has cleared that up. I feel like it should have been fairly clear. We'll go over that and a bit of an update on the game, a big update. And Shift Up did recently debunk some rumors as well. We'll briefly go over that at the end of this video. But off the top, the Stellar Blade Twitter account officially noted the NieR DLC is paid while the rest of the photo mode and costume updates are free. So they are dropping both the NieR DLC as well as a free update. It's not a case of the photo mode and the costumes that aren't a part of the NieR crossover, those are getting baked into the DLC and being sold. No. Next week, we will be getting both NieR content, the DLC content that is paid, as well as this free update for Stellar Blade. So if you don't care about the NieR crossover content, you'll still be able to check out the photo mode and the other costume updates available for free. I feel like this should have been expected, guys. I know that there was some people, and this was not the majority, that were like, oh my god, they're charging for DLC, as all this is costumes, etc., etc. The thing is, this is a crossover DLC, and I get it that there are games that have done crossovers, but generally speaking, how a crossover works is Shift Up, Square Enix, they both came to the table, they negotiated a deal, they're doing this DLC, and I would imagine that the case is Square Enix collects a share of the revenue. There has to be some sort of monetary exchange. There's an IP that Square Enix owns that is being utilized. That is not free. There has to be some sort of agreement that is going to be made, and we still don't know exactly the gravitas of this DLC. I believe that it's going to be mainly aesthetics, and it does look like there's some other surprises that it will entail. Now, this is what they exactly said. The moment you've been waiting for has finally arrived, a fantastic collaboration where the worlds of Stellar Blade and NieR Automata meet. NieR Automata significantly inspired Stellar Blade. The collaboration between director Kim Hyung-tae and director Yoko Taro, marked by mutual respect and creativity, led to this successful outcome. In the center of all of this, strange character from NieR Automata, Emil Schaub, makes a surprise appearance in the world of Stellar Blade, where 11 different collaboration special items will be available, items that intertwine the best of both games, leading you to a more enriched world. It sounds like this is mainly weapons, cosmetics, things of that nature, and not necessarily, you know, additional levels. And they didn't even clarify what the price point is going to be. I wish there was a little bit of transparency as far as that's concerned. I'm going to take a shot in the dark, and I'm going to guess that it's going to be $9.99, and then maybe they do a 50-50 split. Is that too generous to Square Enix? I mean, it's the game that's being utilized, but it is NieR promoted DLC. I feel like this is one that's fair to go 50-50 on, given that you're utilizing an IP, and that's one of the main promotional vehicles of this DLC. I would love to see the negotiations and the talk of this. I mean, if I was a publisher that had an IP that Stellar Blade wanted to work with, or Shift Up wanted to work with Stellar Blade, I would be all aboard. What that sounds like is free promotion for your IP, as well as free money. Even if you step out of the Sony realm as far as collabs with NieR that you could do, could you imagine something as simple as like an Assassin's Creed themed Stellar Blade outfit that Shift Up worked with Ubisoft to get, you know, an Ezio style Assassin's Creed gimmick going on for Stellar Blade? I think that would be awesome, and I think people would be all over that. You know, there's just so much money to be made as far as these collabs, and again, it's all fan service stuff as far as doing crossovers with other games. It's not going to be crucial to the game itself, and it's going to be something where you can easily just avoid it and play the base game. Stellar Blade offered you a wealth of consistent updates to the game, and it offered a fantastic game right off the gate. Right off the bat. I don't think we need to complain about the NieR DLC being that it is paid content. I think it's fine, and they're throwing in the photo mode and other costume updates for free. If they really wanted to nickel and dime, every single costume would be $1.99. There would be no free bonus costumes. I feel like what they're doing with Stellar Blade is fairly judicious, all things considered, and the great part about it is they've been respectful towards the consumer in terms of not monetizing it to the nth degree, that when you do drop something like NieR Collab DLC, I don't see that much pushback. I don't see that much vitriol attached. There was some criticism of like, oh, it's just costumes, etc., etc. But I don't see the pushback at the level of what some of these other publishers get, you know, like, let's say Ubisoft when they're dropping day one story DLC in a Ultimate Edition that's $130, you know, stuff like that. They're obviously not getting it to that extent, and when you're respectful to the consumer, when you've built trust and goodwill to the consumer, you're usually rewarded in turn. The same thing happened with Capcom and Monster Hunter World when they dropped free update after free update, that when they finally did a paid expansion, everybody was all over it and was willing to pay $40 for it, you know, Iceborne. And I believe it's going to be the same thing with Wilds. This is what consumer goodwill actually offers you, and ShiftUp has cultivated that in the span of just 6 months since this game has come out, 7 months since this game has come out, and they've done a great job with it. And speaking of cultivating goodwill, Stellar Blade is coming to PC in 2025, as has been announced. ShiftUp specifically noted we're aiming for a 2025 release, ShiftUp said in response to a question about when a PC version of Stellar Blade will release. Given recent trends like Steam's growing presence in the AAA games market and the global success of Black Myth Wukong, we are expecting the PC version to perform even better than the console version. I don't think that is too big of a stretch. I don't think initially, like day one sales, it'll be at the level of the PS5 sales just because you're talking about a 1-year delayed release. However, I think over time, as Stellar Blade is available on PC and as it sees discounts, as, you know, the mods are released, and I'm not just saying the mods coming out in a vacuum that's gonna make so many people check out Stellar Blade. No, what I'm saying is the mods are gonna create this avenue for discussion on social media that is inherently going to promote the game, that is gonna cause a lot more people to talk about the game, and you keep the game in the news cycle. And more than anything, ShiftUp has done a phenomenal job with Stellar Blade this year and going into 2025 when they do a PC release, that Stellar Blade has consistently been in the gaming dialogue. Not as much as when it came out in April, but consistently the game has gotten updates, the game is doing a major collab, and now in 2025, you know it's going to continue to be a preeminent talking point in the gaming news cycle because this PC version is coming out. And I will tell you guys this, I think Stellar Blade, when it drops on PC, it will easily crack 100,000 concurrent players as long as the PC version is good and it's priced at $60, so on and so forth. And I just think there is that level of interest, and 100,000 concurrent players for Stellar Blade would be incredible, given that no PlayStation PC game has broken 100K. God of War 2018 didn't, Spider-Man didn't, God of War Ragnarok didn't, Forbidden West didn't, Horizon Zero Dawn didn't. None of those games broke 100K. Ghost of Tsushima got to like 78,000, but that was the biggest. I believe Stellar Blade will beat all of those games and maybe even crack 100,000. I think it'll be that successful. Now, ShiftUp is also working on other titles, and there was some news and notes about them opening a new studio in LA. It seems like that has been debunked by ShiftUp, so that isn't happening, but ShiftUp is obviously hard at work on a lot of other projects, and hopefully a Stellar Blade 2. I would imagine that that'll come to fruition, especially after they print a bunch of money with the PC version. That is going to be something that absolutely will happen. Will be interesting to see if Sony plays a part in terms of timed exclusivity or anything like that for a PlayStation whatever version of Stellar Blade 2 when that comes, but that's a ways away at this point. Do some more collabs and be judicious about it. I'm not saying drop a collab every month, but, you know, one every 6 to 9 months, I think that makes a ton of sense, you guys. Keep this game in the news cycle. Keep it a game people are talking about. I just think that makes so much sense. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.